Hello to you fine gamers out there. My name's Gabriel Allen.
And I'm Matthew Warren.
Thanks to the kind people at Gamer who gave us the chance to come to their show and talk about our favourite gaming subject.
Fighting games.
We will be illustrating the main points on ourselves like this. Just one thing you should know.
We're both trained stuntmen, so don't try this at home, yeah?
Right, when talking about fighting games, always call them beat 'em ups.
What's that, Gabs?
Because that's what you do. Beat 'em up. Since the creation of the arcade game, man has always strived to beat the living daylights out of other men, and this doesn't look like changing, baby. (2D to 3D), fighting games are beginning to mimic real-life combat, making the simulation as realistic as it's ever been. With the controversy from use of real actors in Mortal Kombat to the explosion of fighting games onto the big screen, we're here to give you your quick hit of classy combat, instant on-screen fighting.
What do you think the best game of all time is?
Don't know. But I know a man who does. What do you think, mate?
My name's Justin Swords and I'm from England. My favourite beat 'em up is Way of the Exploding Fist on the Spectrum, because it was the first game where you could hurt people. What do you think?
Oh, hi, I'm John Jones and I live in Oklahoma in the USA. My favorite fighting game is Marvel vs. Capcom for the Dreamcast. I'm a fan of comic book characters, you see, so naturally I like this game since there's so many of them in it, like Spider-Man, the Incredible Hulk, and so on. Hey, what do you think?
Hi, my name's Stroud from Nottingham. I'm originally from London. My favourite old-time beat-em-up is called Bruce Lee on the Spectrum.
Hi, my name is Brian Holt, and I'm from the United States of Dearborn, Michigan. One of my favorite fighting games right now is Tekken Tag Tournament for the PlayStation 2. It's got great graphics, lots of characters, and fantastic modes of play. I guarantee you'll never get tired of playing that game.
Thanks, guys. Now, if you want to vote for your favourite beat 'em up, just email us at NowGamer and check out our website for the chart.
But hey, if you need more info, here's our list of the top fighters in the gaming universe.
If I had one wish, I'd wish to be Ryu, the awesome dude from Street Fighter. He'd be closely followed by Caillou, whose destiny is engulfed in the King of the Fighters tournament. The next lethal dude on my list has to be Kazuya, the original bad boy of Tekken. No one can deny his power. Speaking of bad boys, that Scorpion has to be one of the most deadly characters in Mortal Kombat. And last on my list, but most definitely not least, has to be Ein, a shinobi from Dead or Alive 2 with a past that he just can't remember.
But hey, what about the women?
Women. How could I forget the women? Well, my list of women would have to start with Chun-Li, the first lady of Street Fighter who has definitely made her mark on the fighting genre. Her nearest rival would have to be Nina. She is one of the few women from Tekken who can break your heart as well as every other bone in your body. Now after her would be Kitana, wielding two fans, one of the deadliest opponents in Mortal Kombat. And how can I leave Mai out of my list? One of the single reasons why King of the Fighter and Fatal Fury games are so popular. One more, we'll just try Kasumi for size. Her good points always set her apart from the other girls in Dead or Alive.
Right, both Gabs and myself are trained stuntmen in the motion picture industry.
So if you want to know about different styles of fighting, you come to the right place. Different characters, different styles.
So this is our guide to all of them.
Vicious Thai boxing.
Then there's Chinese Kung Fu, of which there's a variety of different flavours. And don't forget the Japanese sport of sumo.
Try Korean Taekwondo.
Then there's always good old-fashioned Queensberry rules. So it might be a bit on the violent side. But here's someone to give you some fighting game stats.
Hi, my name is Roger Bennett. I'm Director General of ELSPA, that's the European Leisure Software Publishers Association. We are a trade association responsible for the interests of the computer and video games publishers here in UK and in Europe too. Our mission statement is to provide, promote and protect the interests of our members. Fighting games are extremely popular. However, some of them do need to be classified, but they are extremely few. So it rather spoils the myth that fighting games are indeed violent and cause a problem.
And while you were thinking, we forgot to mention who came top of our poll for top beat 'em up games.
These are the results.
At 5 we have Samurai Showdown. At 4 we have Mighty Mortal Kombat. Coming in at number 3 is King of Fighters. And fighting its way into number 2 is the formidable Tekken. And topping the bill at number 1 is the mighty Street Fighter.
I think in some ways they'll keep going on like they do and add interesting new elements to it. But something I believe will be popular in some arcades is 3D holographic fighting. Maybe it'll even be hooked up to it with virtual reality gear. Like going to an arcade and putting on the VR gear and fighting that way, showing a 3D holographic arena so that people who are standing near can watch you two fight, or even doing a tag team style game that way. Well, some people might not agree with me, but I don't think it's too far-fetched.
What I think gaming for the future is going to hold is some force feedback stuff where you can feel people getting smacked and feel yourself getting smacked.
My feelings on the future of fighting games in general looks good, with also the added realism coming up in the many years will add another genre to the fighting game.
Online, where you fight other people from the other side of the world and you feel every hit. I can't wait.
So that's it for now. Forget about RPGs and first-person shooters. The beat 'em up is here to stay. And if you want to mess with the beat 'em up, you got to mess with us. Matt.